She Says podcast. My name is Cordelia.
I'm Roz.
And I'm Shu Hui.
And today we're going to be talking all things postpartum. Post-depression, pre-depression.
Yeah, that is
Anal
actually a topic that is quite tough for
So sensitive.
Yeah. I remember very clearly, I was just like maybe the first week or something or second week, I was just sitting there eating lunch. And then suddenly my tear just started rolling down my face. And
nowhere.
Yeah, and like I would say I didn't feel extra like stressed or whatever. But then my mom was like, "Why are you crying?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's just suddenly I was eating this piece of meat and I just felt a surge of emotions and the tears are just rolling. I don't know why."
What's off?
I don't know. Honestly, the first 6 months was like it's like a
blur.
memory loss
Yeah.
from the lack of sleep, like sleep deprivation and all that. There was another moment I think in my 10th month or something. I remember just before my baby was one, I was telling my husband like, we shouldn't have had this baby, and I'm not angry, I'm not upset, I'm feeling very calm and rational right now. And he was like, "Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this?" And I'm like, "No, because that's really how I feel. Like they said that I was gonna love the baby, and I just don't feel like I love the baby yet. They say you love the baby after 4 months. It's been a year, I'm not feeling it yet. Yeah, I like the baby, but I don't like love the baby. And mind you, I really still want to spend all my time with her, but I was just unable to feel the affection for the child. But I don't know, maybe I was in like, I need to be a caretaker. That kind of mode. So it was just like day in, day out, feed, sleep, change diaper, whatever, repeat. It's just this nonstop. And I remember just smelling of vomit, saliva, and breast milk for like the first year. I was like, "What is that smell?" And I asked my friends, like, "Do you smell something off?" Because I smell it. And she's like, "Yes." And then when I sweat also, it's a different smell. It's not BO, but it's not pleasant either. And I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was, but like you just everything about you just feels like a little off. And then I remember saying to my husband, like, I don't feel any affection for the child. Like why did we do this, right? And he just looked at me and said, "I think you need sleep." And I said, "No, I don't need sleep. Like I slept like a good 2 hours this morning, And he's like, "That's not enough for like a whole night, and it's intermittent, and I don't take naps. I don't take naps." So like imagine the whole night is just intermittent sleep, and the daytime I don't sleep at all. So I remember he just like asked me to lie down, and at that time my baby was like still sleeping, and I just lay down there, and he actually took my hand and just like patted her, and he's like, "You love her, you love her." It was so cute. And I just went, "No, I don't." And he's like, "No, you do. And then he's like, "I'm gonna take her and go to my parents' house for dinner," which was the plan for all of us. And he's like, "I don't think you should go, just stay home and sleep." And then so he took the baby, and I was like, remember sitting there going, "I don't need sleep," like a child.
I'm not tired.
Yeah, I'm not tired. I don't need sleep. That's not the reason that I'm feeling this way. And then I just slept for 3 hours. And this is like almost 1 year. So it was almost towards the end of my breastfeeding journey. Like I was pumping every 6 hours. Or still feeding her, but like one or two pumps a day was enough for like the whole day's feed, and also giving solids, right? So when I woke up 3 hours later, I just felt like alive, because I don't think I ever slept 3 hours straight. I woke up, I felt alive, and then he was still not home, so I went to the kitchen. I didn't even turn on the lights. There was still a bit of light left, and then I started like making my own food, and I just went, wow, when was the last time I cooked for myself? Because I really like cooking. And I used to cook like almost daily, or only when I'm busy, then I don't. And I felt so good. And then when he came home, I was like, wow, thank you so much for that. I didn't know that I needed that. I didn't even know I was in such a funk. So I understand, like, sometimes people who feel like they're having postnatal depression, they wouldn't even know how to ask for help if they don't know that something is wrong. And so it is totally possible to be in a shitty place and not even realize it. Yeah.
I don't think I had depression though, but I think I had baby blues. I think it was due to breastfeeding. Probably the second week, I was like, oh my goodness, I want to throw my palm away. Then I looked at my baby, I was like, why is it so difficult? Why is it so painful? Why am I giving myself so much pain? Yeah, so I really
But then when
wanted
you
to give
stop,
up.
then you got the mum guilt.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to give up, but I don't know, somehow it became like 16 months or something. But at that point in time,
16 months.
Same. I only wanted to breastfeed for 2 months. I just went on for 13.
yeah, it's like day by
I
day.
went
I
on for
don't know
9
what
months, I
happened.
thought I'm a hero.
You are.
was like,
It's still
yay,
an achievement.
Yeah, so I think breastfeeding almost made me really, really upset with myself and the
yeah,
baby.
no, I think there's this one thing, and it's certified that apparently if you breastfeed and then you feel this overwhelming feeling of sadness, there's an actual sickness
really?
term
Yeah.
thing.
My girlfriend had that.
Yeah, so the moment you engage your palms or the moment your baby latches you, you just feel this whole like sense of very depressive state.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes,
apparently
yes.
it is a medical term.
Speaking on the, like, you know, when you latch a baby, you start to feel like a feeling of sadness. My girlfriend actually went through that. And by that time, I think I had already stopped breastfeeding. So, like, I had a full year of, like, experiencing what it was like to start, to push through, and then to finally finish, right?
Yeah.
And, and also had some friends who breastfed and all that. And I never seen anyone go through that kind of, like, depression. She says she really just felt like jumping out, you know? And
Yeah.
and I said, if you're feeling like that, I really don't want to say this because it is your choice, your journey, but I said,
should
I
stop.
think you should stop.
Yeah.
Or take medication. But she didn't want to take medication and breastfeed
Yeah.
or something like that. But in the end, I said, this is not normal for you to want to do that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's dangerous for both you and the kids.
Yeah.
So I really don't want to say this from my mouth, but I think you should stop. And then but it's your decision. And in the end, she did stop, and she said, oh, she felt like herself
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
sometimes, I don't know. I feel like I also felt like myself again when I stopped. And that's like 13 months in, you know. And I didn't know that I was any different. I just thought, I'm slowly getting back to normal. But I truly only felt like myself when I stopped.
I think for me, the only time where I think I felt the lowest point was when my second one or the first one, I remember, they were going through sleep regression. It's at the part where they are not sleeping through and they are waking up and they want to be carried at that point. That was the one where I think 3-4 a.m. when you're about to go berserk, like, that's when I was like, oh my god, if I don't let go of this baby now, I'm going to drop her. That was the point where I really like looked at my husband and I was like, you take over now because I'm going to crash out real bad and I'm going to drop her. I think that was the lowest point that I had. But other than that, I think I was generally quite a happy mom. And I think like you said, I don't really know what is depression and what it
Like that feeling you had, was it postnatal depression or
Yeah.
was it just lack of sleep?
or is it just because
Burnt out?
Yeah, burnt out.
My husband had a pretty bad outburst, I think around the second or third week. I think we are just very, very sleep deprived. And then something happened with between us and the confinement nanny lah. So basically, so he wasn't really happy. So he just took his wallet, I think, or he didn't take anything. So he just went out of the house and didn't come back for one night, Then I tried texting him, calling him. Then I realized his phone was
At home.
At home. So, I mean, in a way, I was quite thankful because without his phone, he wouldn't be going too far, right? So, so...
He stayed in the car.
I don't know where he goes. So,
Oh,
till
you
today,
don't know? You don't know where he
I-
go?
I didn't know because I can't look for him because I'm with the baby, ma.
No, I
Yeah.
mean now, today, you know
Oh
when you
no!
went...
He said he was just wandering around, not just walking around. Yeah, but at that time, at that point in time, I was like, oh, so actually, I'm not the only one feeling the blues. I should be more aware of his feelings as well. Because everyone's like, oh, mommy, you should rest. You should take a nap. But most of the time, we neglect the daddy's feelings.
Yeah, it's a big change for the dad as well.
Yeah,
actually.
so when he came back, I was like, where the hell did you go? I couldn't contact you. He's like, he just, just walked around.
And usually men, the ego very big. They won't want to admit that they
Yeah.
are feeling it.
Yes, but I was
yeah.
really, really shocked
Yeah.
at his outburst. Yeah. So for my second child, I was actually quite careful in a way. I mean, I was also very tired lah, but I also checked in with him, like, how do you feel? Are you okay? And yeah, thankfully it didn't happen again. Yeah.
So we've talked about post-depression, pre-depression, and I think now it's the perfect time to actually invite Dr. Annabelle in.
All right, ladies, please welcome our special guest, Dr. Annabelle Chow. Yay! She's the principal clinical psychologist at Annabelle Psychology and Annabelle Kids. She's passionate about women's health, supporting clients and their partners through emotional challenges, pre- and postpartum depression, and relationship concerns. And she also works closely with parents and families to encourage positive parenting behaviors and help them navigate the ups and downs of raising children.
Sounds like I'm going to need a lot of advice from you.
Hello, Dr. Annabelle.
Hi, girls. Nice to be here
We
with you.
have burning questions to ask you.
I know. I heard a lot of your stories, and my honest takeaway was I feel like I'm not alone now. Because I know I'm a psychologist, right? And oftentimes people come to me saying, you must have handled it really well. You know, your pregnancy, after that, when you have kids, you must know what to do.
It's so funny because you have to self-diagnose yourself.
Oh, no, when I was in the hospital, I just delivered and the doctor diagnosed me with depression.
Immediately?
Like 12 hours in. So that happened. I'll share a little bit, but that happened to me. And I told the doctor, no, this is not depression. I'm experiencing blues. To which she said, oh, no, all psychologists will say they're not depressed. And I'm like, no, you have to check your books. I am not depressed, but I have not slept for 48 hours. So let me sleep first.
Before you, what is the difference between baby blues and postnatal depression?
Okay, firstly, baby blues is really common. A lot of us, if not most of us, would experience that. Primarily, there's a scientific reason for that. So when we are pregnant, we actually have an increase in estrogen and progesterone. So these hormones, right, actually help with lactation, helps with breastfeeding, helps to maintain the pregnancy. But when we deliver, immediately after we deliver,
a drop.
There's this significant drop. So actually, blues explain that. Blues explain that crash.
What is baby blues?
So baby blues is when you are irritable, when you're very sad, when you feel like you cannot, like you're just very teary, then you feel guilty, and then more often than not, your appetite might be affected, or you might feel like you want to be by yourself. So there are a lot of symptoms that actually overlap with depression. But the big difference between blues and depression is by time frame, duration, the mix of symptoms that you experience.
So in other words, baby blues can deviate into depression.
Yes, can. Okay. Yeah, but actually experiencing that postnatal blues is really common because it's scientifically, hormonally, we are changing, it's crashing, and these are the crashes affect our mood, you see, affects our irritability. And if you think about contextually, we probably haven't slept. Leading up to the pregnancy, the
Team no
delivery.
sleep.
Yes, right. It's rehearsal. We barely like my first delivery. I didn't sleep for 48 hours. I wasn't given food for 48 hours because they wouldn't give me. I didn't deliver in Singapore, so the practice was different. So no food, and then no sleep, and then 48 hours later, baby is just given to me, and there was no nursery, no help. So just room in.
Is this America?
No, I was in Australia.
Oh, okay.
And it was in winter. It was very cold.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Oh,
so all
no.
of those environmental factors affect your mood, you see. And my family wasn't there with me, so I didn't really have social support. Yeah, so with that, changes in hormones.
Escalated.
Yeah. But then there's blues. I think I really needed hot food and sleep.
Maybe Asian food also.
Yeah.
A hot bowl of papaya soup would have been nice.
Confinement soups and
I
all.
was given
Red date
cold
teats.
bread and yogurt. That's my
You cannot eat cold food right after we give birth.
I still remember eating sashimi on my
Yes, but we didn't have Madam Patum there.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, so the practices were very different. So it required a bit of adapting and adjusting. But blues is really common, it's really normal. But unfortunately, I think with a lack of education, a lot of us might just immediately think, oh, we must
Depression.
be depressed. Yeah, and then
But if I were you and I give birth like that, I think I'll be depressed as well.
Yeah.
it was hard. It was a resilience building exercise. But when I was hearing you talk about your experiences, actually, I really felt like not alone anymore. Because the experience that Cody was sharing about like 3 a.m. and then holding your baby, I had the same experience.
That want to tap out. Right?
Yes, and I used to live on the 22nd floor by the river.
Oh my God,
and then-
though.
Yes, yes.
Drop the baby.
I had that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And my baby wouldn't sleep. He had eczema, he was itchy, he cannot be soothed. And then I was looking down and I was thinking, it's 3:30, 4 a.m. Why are all these people running? Why are they not sleeping? Then it made me very angry. Because I wanted to sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then my baby wouldn't sleep. But all these runners are running from I don't know where to where. And I felt so alone. And then I just thought about, actually in a building, maybe there are a lot of mummies who feel the same way. And he always talks about like taking a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
But I think it takes a village to raise mummies.
Yeah.
And in this day and age, there's really no village for mummies, I feel. Like most of us have nuclear families. We don't really have a huge community to support us through parenthood or early days when baby just arrived. So it is hard. It's a lot of adjustment. I think the expectations are unrelenting these days. Expectations mummies have of themselves
Yeah.
in terms of how we should look, how much milk we should produce,
Yeah.
the state of mind or the mood we should be in because it needs to be very good for baby.
Yeah.
And then we are told that your mood will affect your milk production.
Yeah.
So then if we feel stressed or sad, then we feel stressed that we are stressed.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. It's a very, very bad vicious cycle.
And then boundaries might be broken, culturally. Family members might visit without informing us, then it might cause inconvenience. So there's a lot of all these like daily issues that we experience that can affect mood.
Yeah, actually, everybody experiences the birth and like all the baby blues and postnatal depression slightly differently. And since you're the expert, you have a red flag game for us to really be able to figure out what are the telltale signs of postnatal depression.
Let's quiz you girls.
Yes. Okay. So we have the plan.
So your best friend says after she's delivered that she feels sad that lasts most of the day. Like all day she feels sad. Is that postpartum depression? Raise your flag.
Whole day, what?
Is it like that?
Yep, it could be baby blues.
She just needs sleep.
But it's one whole day.
Okay.
But depression is like a longer period.
What's the answer?
Okay, the answer is it depends on the context. So you can feel sad most of the day. And if this persists every day for
Then
like
it's
at least
depression.
14 days, then it's depression.
Oh,
14
days.
days.
Okay, so
Oh,
when
that's
we
like
The medical
number.
the medical number
Yes.
is 14 days.
Yes.
when we or someone experiences that, the next step is to monitor,
Yes.
right?
So you want to look at duration.
What if it's like
Onset and duration.
like sad for 7 days, happy for 2 days, and sad for another 7 days?
Okay, then we check this one. Okay, next one.
She's got her list of questions. Don't rush her.
Did I guess the next question?
Yes. Should I skip that? Okay. So in that same line, if she tells you she feels very teary after birth, and she tells you that she feels teary every day, but for 2 weeks on most days, then after that she feels better. No more. She doesn't feel teary anymore.
So 2 weeks has gone by and
Yes.
she's fine.
Then after 2 weeks she's fine.
Okay.
Is that depression?
No.
No. Don't be influenced
Yes.
or pressured by
Yes, because it's like up and down of emotions, like a roller coaster.
Okay, but after 2 weeks she's fine.
She's happy already, what?
But she said again, right, after 2 weeks?
No,
No.
she's
Oh, after
happy
that-
already.
Oh.
Yes.
Then no, I think no.
Yes. No. So that's baby,
baby blues. So she
Ah.
probably
Right.
got over it. Her body's
Yes.
more balanced.
So she feels sad, and then she in that 2 weeks, yes, passed, she's okay now.
But what if she's sad, okay, sad.
Yeah, so the thing about blues is that you can also experience happiness.
Yeah.
It's very different from depression, where it's very persistently, chronically sad. Like, so if there's a happy event, she can't feel happy. But when you're experiencing blues, you can still experience happiness and sadness.
So even when your baby is laughing, you still feel sad, that kind.
Yes.
And how long can baby blues last? Because I don't know if you heard me mention it earlier. Like, I didn't feel terribly sad, but like after a whole year, I was still unable to feel affection for my kid. And I really thought it was a problem. I was asking my friends, like, how long did you take to love your baby? How long did you take to love your baby? Like, I was like asking everybody, and they're like, 4 months, immediately, in my belly.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know anyone who was like me.
That long until 1 year.
So I think the context matters. I think the context of the pregnancy, the circumstances of the pregnancy will also determine how long it will take for you to bond with your baby. And some of us just take a bit longer. Postnatal blues, right, specifically means the crash of the hormones. So that is really a 2-week guideline. So anything more than that, then we'll be assessing all the other symptoms, and then we will decide if it's depression. But if it's that symptom in isolation, like inability to bond or like love with the baby, that's all, I wouldn't say that's depression.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think firstly
That's
we
just
want
your
to look
body
at
emotion.
I do take a bit of time to warm up. So to me, that probably was a stranger. I needed to get to know her.
For 1 year.
I saw her every day too.
I remember when I first gave birth, you know, they always like to do the skin to skin thing.
Yeah.
I straight away tell my granny, clean up first, don't put it on me, very dirty. It's like, nope.
Yeah, I remember when they took the baby out and then they showed me, I was like, ugh.
I was like, clean first, don't skin to skin. No. Wipe down first. That white thing, ugh. So I cannot.
Yeah. So I think different people got different experiences, but the cultural expectation is baby arrives, you should be crying because you're very happy.
Yeah. You know,
when
I
you're
see those people, the
overjoyed.
mother, when they give birth, and they're like, oh my god, my baby.
You never cry, man?
No.
No, leh. I just like, very
I
dirty, leh.
teared.
Oh, you
I was
did
like, oh my
lah,
god,
you
you're
did.
finally out.
Right,
I'm
right,
very
right.
happy, yeah. You
Mine
wanna
was
cry?
like, very dirty, leh.
I remember, like, well, I only, like, I did a bit of skin on skin because I did a C-section, and then I passed out. And then,
Oh, you passed out. I was vomiting.
no, as in, they make you pass out because they have to sew you up.
Oh,
I don't
right.
know, but next time I opened my eyes, I was in the room.
Right.
And then they brought the baby to me, and that's when I have to like breastfeed or something. It's a bit of a blur. But yeah, I remember going, wow, she looks a bit like a rat, like all wrinkled.
All shriveled.
And
Shriveled.
then I also said, like, is there any chance like you mixed her up because like we both have double eyelids? This one is like single eyelid, you know? And I said, but honestly, you could mix them up and we wouldn't even know because this
There has
looks,
been incidences in hospitals.
This looks like a rat, like and I to me it looks like all newborns kind of look like
I
that.
swear your daughter, I was just gonna watch this after eating this. Like, Mom, you called me a rat.
She's pretty ugly as a
Ugly babies grow up cute.
Yeah,
no,
I was a very ugly
so
child.
pretty
I think
now.
she's pretty cute now.
I was an ugly child.
Oh, I don't feel so alone. I was telling my colleagues, oh my god, my baby is so ugly. And then they're like, how which mommy says that about their baby? I'm like,
No, that Angmo
but I'm
baby is
telling
very
the
cute.
truth.
Angmo baby is very cute. Like, you see the eye blue one, and I was like black colour. You like,
Yeah. Mine can't even see the eyes because it's like
Swollen, because
yeah.
they're still very swollen, right? So I think the circumstances of the actual delivery and our personality also plays a role. If you're slow to warm up, if the actual delivery itself was quite traumatic, like usually C-section can be, especially if it's unplanned, and then the stresses surrounding it can affect our ability to bond with baby. And the baby's temperament can also have an effect. So if a baby is very easy temperament, then usually it's easier to love the baby, right? To bond with the baby. But if baby is like colicky or like got a
always
lot of-
crying.
yes, a lot,
It
like
adds
very
to the
high
stress,
needs,
adds to the emotions, yeah.
not sleeping. So then all those things can add to the negative experience, and then that's still okay. It's really normal. Like
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we baked the baby for 9 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, it's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. All right, and then your girlfriend tells you she feels worthless. She feels a lot of shame. She feels a lot of guilt. And she thinks she is a bad parent. It's that postpartum
This is like
depression.
at the beginning already.
So
How
she
long has
tells
this been
you,
going on
very
for?
good question.
How long has this been going
Model
on for?
student.
Yeah, so she persistently tells you this is like 4 months after baby arrives.
Confirm depression.
Yes. So this is one of the signs of postpartum depression.
But that's quite scary, you know, like to only like for someone to
Tahan
kind of
so
live
long
with
leh.
this for 4 months before we can say, oh, there is a problem, we need to help her. So like 2
And
months,
4 months
would
is
you,
actually a very long time.
yeah,
you know.
2 months would you consider still?
yes.
Okay.
At 14 days
yes, I
lah,
would.
14 days.
Yeah, yeah,
Medical
yeah.
term,
Yes.
14 days.
Yes. So yes, you're right. So the 4 months is an arbitrary situation that you go out with her for breakfast and then she tells you that. But any, like, you know, if she starts to report this within the first month and then she says that very frequently, then I'll be looking out for other signs and symptoms that she might experience. I'll ask her questions about how she's sleeping, how she's eating, whether she's got support. I'll ask her like whether she's been crying, you know, like, you know, whether she's been teary, what other thoughts come to mind, you know, so I'll ask a bit more. So it's usually not one symptom in isolation, it'll be a collection of symptoms.
It's an escalation of a lot of things added
Yes.
together. Yeah.
Correct. And then she tells you she feels emotionally detached from the baby while feeling guilty, while feeling like she wants to end baby's life and hers. And she doesn't think things will ever get better.
I mean, this is for me.
Well, the ending life is quite
Yeah, that one is
extreme,
so.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is where I would say immediately she needs help. And she needs all sorts of help.
But I had that thought before of the, wow, I can just die now, like with this baby, you know. I had that thought before. But it was just like a,
Fleeting.
a fleeting moment. Then be like, hey, hello, don't crazy lah, that kind of
I
thing.
had a thought also for
Yeah.
split second. I was like,
Yeah, that
what
split
if
second.
we jump down? But for 1 second only.
Yeah,
lah,
yeah. Then I just look up, what if I jump down?
Yeah,
Eh,
what
don't
if I
siao
don't know
ah.
what happened?
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
did
this is
as well.
crazy. Yeah.
I did. The story that I was telling you,
Yeah,
3
the-
a.m. seeing people run,
Yeah.
I had an image of myself.
So that was just baby blues lah.
So, okay, there's a difference between blues and depression, right? So, blues specifically is that crash, that 2-week crash. Anything after that, I'll be assessing for depression. But, right, depression also got different types, right? We've got people who are very high functioning. So, broadly speaking, you say postnatal depression, postpartum depression. But some people are very high functioning, which means they can experience these symptoms, but they may
Still
not.
do everything they need to do.
Correct. And then these are the ones who really go unseen.
Yeah, that's
Right.
the scary ones actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
so they still go to work, they still look after baby, they can still appear like really normal. So this one really requires family to be acutely aware of any kind of subtle changes that they observe. You know, any kind of teariness, what kind of conversations, what kind of things the mother is saying to help you distinguish that. So then generally, if you have 1 or 2 symptoms, I would not say that that is depression. I will say that firstly, you want to ask a bit more, right? You want to determine what the mother is going through. Then you want to ask about duration. You want to ask about onset. But you want to quickly get in support. So support must come in practical form, must come in emotional form, and sometimes professional form. So practical form might be, you know, like you were saying, tap out. You know, take the baby. I had a fleeting thought. This is very scary, but this doesn't necessarily mean depression. It just means your body is telling you, I can't do this anymore. This is too much, right? And then having the awareness to tap out and pass on. That thought passes. It's not recurring.
It's
You're not
okay.
doing anything to harm the
Right.
baby or yourself. That's all right.
Right.
Okay.
And I also want to emphasize it's really normal to have these fleeting thoughts because it's your body and your brain telling you it's too much. It's a lot. We are really stretched beyond our limits with childbirth and being a mum, right? Especially if it's a new mum, you got new mum challenges, twins, or even like older siblings having to manage the dynamics of that. So we are really stretched
Every
to our
3
limits.
hours feeding. Yeah.
Yeah, feeding and pumping and all that. Yeah.
So we're good, guys. Fleeting moments are fine.
Yes. Okay, last one. If your girlfriend says, I'm feeling very irritable, I'm irritated with my husband, even when
I think that one's everybody.
Yeah.
I wanted to say every day.
Yeah, I was like, but 那个人就是每天嘞。
Okay, the context is she just had her baby last week.
Okay.
And then she tells you,
Baby,
I'm
no
very
baby, I was so irritable
irritated.
every day. Sir.
Very irritated with my husband. You know, he's snoring very loudly, he's breathing very loudly.
Every day.
Even when I'm not sleep deprived, but it's like more than normal irritable. Would you consider that postnatal depression or you consider that blues?
Because that is me right there, like. If
It
that one, I'll be
sounds like
I'll
PMS.
be I'll be like in serious trouble right now. I would need to see you every week.
It sounds like an everyday experience.
Yeah, it sounds like a PMS
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Like a day-to-day grievances, yeah.
Yes, but then the context is she just had her baby a week ago and she's experiencing more than usual irritability.
I think it's just because she's heightened.
Is the husband being hands-on and helpful?
Good question. So husband can be hands-on and helpful, but she's still irritable.
No, just blues.
So the thing about blues is even if the mother is not sleep deprived, even if the mother is well rested, well supported, you can still have these mood changes because it's a hormonal change. So you can still experience that even though your husband is as supportive and as lovely as possible.
So when we do feel like we have postnatal depression or maybe like a friend, what are the steps we should take for recovery?
What can we do?
So first things first, seek support. Practical, emotional, professional. So if you really suspect that you have depression, even if you may not have, I think there's a sign that something is wrong and you
Should
need
always
help.
just get assessed, right?
Yes, so get assessed. See a psychologist, see your GP, talk to your OBGYN, start reading up materials. You can find good resources on HPB, good resources on KK website. Even my private practice, we put up resources for mums and parenting, women's health. You can start to find out. ChatGPT can also be a good help these days to just put in, these are the signs and, these are the symptoms I'm
Because
experiencing.
it probably can access all sorts of information.
Yeah.
Yeah, but accuracy may not be 100%.
Right.
But it's
so
a
still
good...
better to get it from a
ChatGPT is better
reliable
than
source.
Google now,
lah.
lah. I
Yeah,
would say.
but it's a good step. Like actually,
Yeah.
my patients do say, I'm starting to feel this and feel that. Then they actually put that through first before they say, oh, maybe I should see a doctor. So maybe helpful considering our this day and age.
Yeah.
There's actually a screening skill. It's like a questionnaire called the Edinburgh Postnatal Depression Skill. That's easily available. So if you just type that out, it's a free questionnaire.
Is it a number scale?
Yes.
Oh, I think I did that at
Circle.
my gynae checkup,
Yes.
postnatal gynae checkup, yeah.
Yes.
All clear.
So-
Yeah.
So that can be a good one to do. So if it says that you are moderate or you are severe, then I would say definitely seek professional help. See a psychologist. for
And when
that.
you say professional help, what does one do? Like, is it like therapy?
Medication.
Is it medication?
Okay, so I think most mums have the same concern about medications,
Yeah.
like you discussed earlier as well.
Especially if you're breastfeeding, I think.
Yes.
Yes, especially that. But generally, the studies do suggest that SSRIs, which is what the psychiatrist will give. So there are two types. One is sertraline and one is paroxetine. These two medications, the science do show that they're quite safe to take even when you're breastfeeding because the transfer to the milk is really low. But having said that, I think whether or not to take medication is a personal choice and it's also one made together with your doctors or your psychologist. So for example, if the depression is so severe and you can't get out of bed, you can't eat, you can't sleep, and you're thinking about dying, you're thinking about hurting yourself and the baby, then at that point I will say, take the medication, right? Because the alternative is worse. But actually, if it's not this severe, but you're starting to note that, hey, I'm struggling and I'm teary a lot. I don't feel I have a lot of energy, even though I get my sleeps and I get my nap. I should go talk to someone. A psychologist can be a good stepping stone, and the psychologist can also help you discuss and assess together if you need psychiatric medication to help you.
And is there like a time frame of, like, I guess the average recovery time, or it differs from person to person?
It differs.